Hey there, lovelies. It's your girl April coming to you with another really quick YouTube video follow-up. Um, Honestly, I just wanted to make an honest video for you all. Kind of let you know like the real ins and outs about Forex when it comes to making money. The truth is that this is not something that just anybody can do. For one, obviously, you need the education. But the biggest, and I would probably say even over the education, you need the personality to be able to trade. You need the personality to either make or lose money. I think a lot of people they focus so much on making money, making money, making money. They don't realize that this is an industry you can lose. And when I say lose, I mean you lose big. Like, depending on how big your account is, you could lose thousands in minutes. Like, it's ridiculous. You could lose millions in minutes. How do you think, banks move money? Um, we call the banks the big boys. There's a reason for that. Um, when you see major momentum moves, what's it called? It's called, for some reason, I want to say shock, but it's not called a shock. Um, Next video, I'll have the actual terminology, but yeah, when banks move money, because literally, unless you're making really huge moves and can have huge stops, you're not going to be able to get a really good trade entry. It's just crazy. Okay, like there's so much volatility, it's ridiculous. So I just wanted to be honest and let you guys know you lose money in Forex. I don't know if people will be honest and tell you that. And when I say lose money, I mean, depending on the risk that you have, you can lose maybe a couple 20s, right? Like 80, if you're putting like very baby, tiny accounts or trades. But if you're putting, a good trade, you're probably going to lose at least, 200 plus, right? And yesterday I had pound USD and Aussie USD. And the thing is, I work full time. I got two kids. I'm in school full time. So I'm a very busy woman, right? And yesterday I had the two pairs going. I ended up in the morning being up by, I think, like 800 some dollars, which was like 100 plus pips. I wasn't really paying attention to that. But I checked it a couple of times, maybe twice in the morning. And then I got busy at work and I, just made sure that my stops were in place, but they were obviously in the negatives because of the simple fact is that I suspected the market to move up more and I wanted to get my stops in profit, but like a nice profit, right? Um, a lot of people won't be honest when they make their YouTube videos, like these gurus. They'll show you all these great ways to make money and financial strategies and risk management, blah, 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 blah. But they tell you all this, but what are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I think when I first started trading. When people came to me, they were honest. There were these African guys that were like, oh, we're making all this money, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, how are you making money? And they were like, we just put trades on. And, if it goes one way, we make money. If it goes the other way, we lose money. And I was like, there's no strategy involved. And they're like, mm-hmm. And that's just the way they traded. And it's very risky, basically gambling. But hey, they were making money. But when they lost money, they would lose like tens of thousands. But that was them, and they were okay with it. Understand that the way someone else trades may not be the best for you and your personality. You have to think about your personality regarding trading. Some people aren't okay with losing a couple hundred. Some people are terrified of the volatility, and those people should not be trading. You should either let someone trade for you or just stay out the game completely. I mean, Um, but I was in the positive. Something freaking happened during the day. Um, and then when I got off work, I found out I got stopped out in both, and I lost like what, $532. And I was like, dang it. Of course, people who lose money, even if they say they're okay with it, immediately you're obviously not okay. Like, damn it, that sucked. But you move on, and that's what you have to be able to do. You know, hey, shiznit happens. Okay. Um, So I recognized the crazy volatility, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to trade for the rest of the day. I'll look for opportunities later. I go to bed early because, again, I got two kids. It's exhausting. I wanted to show you guys the AUD pair that I got in on. Where did I get this? I got it this morning. I think I placed a trade like 3 o'clock in the morning. I got in at 0.6858. Now that's a better position, but it wasn't the best for the retracement. Here, let me see. So one thing you need to know is usually when it comes to market movement, the market usually retraces at least half of the previous week's candle. So that's why it's important to at least see, how was the week trading prior to. And when you're going to place your pending entries, that is usually like a to go by that I personally do my analysis on. Um, if you already listened to my videos throughout the week and stuff like that, you already know what happened with, my pound USD pair where I had an awesome entry. But even then, even with that awesome entry, I think it was at like 0.2592. This week, like yesterday, it retraced all the way down to, I think, I'd have to go to the pound USD, but it retraced like I think at least 50 more pips than what I already had had the original. But then I got stopped out and all this other blah 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 blah. That's for other videos. Just make sure you watch them so you can see what happened with that particular trade. But let me see. So as you can see, there's a lot of bearish movement that happened yesterday. That's a that's a 1 hour. Whoops, 4 hour. Let's see if I can make this smaller. So right here, this I'm not good at knowing like the candles with just the one. I know the patterns, but that's it. Um, but this right here tells you that there was rejection, like around this top area. There was rejection. And this one went as high as, I have to go to a larger time frame to see. It was actually trading pretty good. It went as high as 0.7059, and it retraced yesterday, let's see, as low as in one day. I was like, what? It retraced as low as, let's see, I can't really show you, but it's like as low as 0.680307, something around there. So literally that's 200 pips in a day. And, I wasn't prepared for that. But if you think about it, it had yet to do its weekly half candle retracement. So that should have been my hint. I was in with that pair higher than what I would have wanted, but I got in because, it had already surpassed the trend line. So I was like, okay, we're good. But it did not already retrace. And of course, the big boys, the banks, they're going to want to get in and they're going to want to get, a significant amount of money. The only way that can happen is if they move mountains, which basically happens in seconds, and they're moving billions of dollars. And if you're in the wrong way with the big boys, then guess what? You're going to lose hundreds to thousands to millions, depending on how big your account is. Um, and so, yeah, a lot of people lost money that day, but It's okay. You know, you move on and you find your entries. So like for this one, I got in at the 5.8, but what told me that the market was going to go back up, one, I had already done my weekly analysis and had already known, like, okay, this is matching up, this is matching up, this is matching up. You know, it had overcome resistance, it had overcome the trend line. It's going to do a retracement. That makes sense to me, blah, blah, blah. But it hadn't done the retracement deep enough, and that's what I miscalculated for the week when I made that trade midweek. That's why I like to make my pending trades. I need to just stick to pending trades, y'all. Like this whole getting in while the market's already going, that's for the birds. But what told me to get in for this pair, let's see if the 2 hour will show me. Okay, so once I saw this second candle, and I was like, okay, so we are really trading upward now. And then here you see an engulfing, or not fully engulfing, but highly bullish momentum candle right here on the what, 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth candle stick for on the 2 hour. So yeah, so that's why I got in on this particular pair. Yeah, yesterday, it was a doozy. It was a shakeout, basically, is what I like to call it. Shakes out all the people who are of weak of heart, all the people who wasn't really sure about the true movement. Yeah, I got hit. It's okay. Like I said, you move on. And so now I'm in on my entry where I'm at, and I purposely chose the AUD USD versus I really like pound USD, but the spread on the AUD is better, obviously 2.0, like 1.8. You see how low this is compared to the pound USD 2.1, and sometimes even higher than that. And obviously, with pound, you take on a little bit more risk because that particular currency weighs more than the US dollar. So it's just a little risk management when it comes to the margin of the account. And AUD for me just has a lot better potential because it did surpass that downtrend line, and so now it's done, finally done its deeper retracement. So we should be on the path to, you know, higher moves. I did place my stop on this one basically at the lowest point that it was yesterday, just a few pips below. And yeah, and so I'm just gonna wait it out. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of be honest with you guys and let you guys know basically what happened, let you guys know that I lost money, let you guys know that I'm okay with it. That's just basically the truth about trading. Not very many people will tell you that. Not many people will show you their live account and say like, yeah, I lost money, man. Not too many people will show you the exact way to, not necessarily the exact way to trade, because like I said, you trade with your personality. You take the risk and reward as you see fit. And I say definitely listen to more people's videos and education. There's so much education out there, you guys. Some of it, of course, you're gonna have to pay for, but make it your own. And sometimes you will find people that you resonate with, their trading resonates with you, and you can stick to that. Me personally, I like to trade long-term, wide open spaces. And look for bigger rewards than the smaller rewards. So when I lose a couple hundred, I'm okay with that compared to when I do make profits, it's in the thousands. But that's just me, you know. That's just my way of trading. You'll figure out your own once you do it more often. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, if you want to see training videos and watch webinars and live trading with me, make sure that you join my Patreon and become a subscriber of that. I'm at Savvy Investor, and make sure you guys support me. contributions, of course, are welcome, but there is some free content on there as well on my Patreon page. YouTube, obviously, comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks. And you can also follow me on Twitter for trading signals as well, but most of the trading signals are going to be on my Patreon. So if you're there, then obviously you're going to get that information. And my Twitter is at CaramelNatural6. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Deuces.